To my left here is a box. What's in there is an early modern English translator, which I had commissioned a few years ago. The only drawback to this is that it can only be used here in Renaissance Island due to an agreement between the script creator and the creator of lingojam.com. That was not something I can do anything about, unfortunately. But I hope if you get it, you can have fun with it whenever you want to drop by into Renaissance Island. Also, during this tour, I would like for everyone to hold their questions until the tour is over, and then I'll be able to concentrate on giving proper answers to your questions. So how is everyone today?
Very good.
Okay. Okay, right now we're standing here in front of a church. It was built to represent Saint Minutia. So it's Church of Saint Minutia. There's been a lot of debate as to whether she was actually a living person, but she was chosen to represent librarians here in Renaissance Island. So we will start in a clockwise direction, and we're going to head over first to Lagswell Hall. All right. Now here in Lagswell Hall, this is probably a second rendition of it. I wasn't here for the first, and so this building was here when I first arrived in Renaissance Island back in '09. One of the rooms here is a dedicated library, and it was worked on by two different library students. So what you see here on the displays are a lot of the contributions made by those particular students. Okay, now I would have us go up the stairs, but if anyone is as tall as I am, you will not be able to make it up the stairs. You will be blocked. So we'll go through the dining room. And somebody who's been visiting has been shutting doors. It's the dining room here, and here we have, I'm assuming, is the ballroom. And to my right is the music room. To my left is the kitchen area. There's a couple, maybe a couple, I don't know. I know there's one interactive animation here for kneading bread. Upstairs are just the rooms for residents. Oh, also a chapel. When I first arrived here, I didn't know, but this particular area right here was considered a classroom, and then beyond that, you can see the chapel over there. Okay, now down this hallway, we have the main chambers. This is one I use when if I do role play. Just add very few little touches of my own. Right here is the throw room in case we have His Majesty visit now and again, which has become a rarity of late. And as you can see, another one of the students that was here had put up these portraits of the 6 wives of Henry VIII. The button with the eye on it will give you information of each wife that she had instituted here. It was a lovely idea. And here is the game room. We have chess and a couple of games here I'm not familiar with myself, as I never played with them as a child. And then down this stairway, you'll still be able to at least get down, because I can. Just going up seemed to be a problem. Okay. Back down this way towards this area here. As I said, this here's the kitchen back in there, but I had also put in a kitchen garden used with all the herbs and the like, and then we have a couple of fruit trees here. And there used to be honeybees in here, but they disappeared for some reason. But this was a garden that the kitchen staff would use to add to their cooking for flavor and the like. The sign here should give a note card of the various herbs that were used and links to their description and their specific uses. Back this way we go. We're going to head towards the end. When Renaissance Island was created, it was the last of the Sims to be created as such, with whatever money had been left over from a grant to create the various library Sims. And from what I understand, Laurie Bell was intrigued with this era of history in England. This inn here is basically new, only about maybe 4 years old. It was an older inn that was used. We have performers here. Right now we only have one. Another is another one we had is ill, so we don't know if she'll come back or not. But we have Wald Schritter comes in, performs once a month, and the first Saturday of every month, DJ Al comes in to play recordings for us. Along here is our Merchants Row, all the shops. In front of me right now, though, is a weaving exhibit, courtesy of Seaplane Johnson, and he has also contributed a great deal to one of our upper levels. In one of these shops, actually in the Renaissance Island shop, there's a free outfit for a man or woman if you wish to dress according to the small village area. And down along here, we come up onto the Globe Theater. Okay, right here. The Slope Theater was specifically commissioned early on in the life of Renaissance Island. We've had several plays here. Most recently, we did have a couple here earlier in the year. So this has become a favorite place to watch adaptations of Shakespeare's plays. There was a great celebration once the building had been placed, and we have some pictures. I would have to probably dig them out to find them, but I think it's a fantastic build, and you can feel free to explore backstage or upstairs or wherever. Okay, down here we have House Row. You also notice also near the globe is this facade with anywhere doors on it. The anywhere doors can take you to the upper level where Seaplane has set up and exhibits for life in Tudor times. So we have a farm and a tavern up there, plus beer and ale exhibits and making mead and cheese and the like. All these all these houses are for rent. Also, on one of the trails that I have upstairs, there are also houses up there for rent for more privacy, if that's desired. This is our town hall here. Used to have quite a few meetings here to plan events. Here is our tilt yard. I try to keep it authentic as possible if we're holding jousts, but apparently a lot of people are more interested in the more advanced jousting equipment than in preserving a original jousting pitch. As you can see, I still have all of the images of Lorryville up, but pretty soon I will have to pick them up, sadly. Okay, and off over here. He comes out with some very funny anecdotes, quite short. Here's one of our racing horses, if anybody would like to ride around the sim. Here to my right is a house that has been turned into a museum. We had a parish minstrel, Tom Dowd. I don't know how many may be familiar with him, but when he passed away back in 2011, it was decided to turn the house into a museum in his honor. On the first floor are interactive displays where you can hear Tom play or when he was teaching a group of students. Upstairs, our current minstrel has put up an exhibit of various different instruments of the Tudor period. And here on my left here is our bulwark. This is not the original. Whether or not we had to move things around and the like. And practice archery, I would have to open up the rezzing area so that people can do target practice. I've had to close a lot of the rezzing areas because visitors were dropping by and leaving behind things that okay, in here, let me see, was there a staircase put in here? But, okay, inside here, oh yeah, there is a ladder more like, but downstairs is the honor of Tom Dowd, and upstairs are the instruments that Walt Schritter had placed in. Over here is our graveyard. Corrigan Keynes is going to get back with me, but we will be putting up a monument of some sort in the graveyard. She just wants to give me what could be said on a plaque. So it may be a while before I can accomplish that. Now down here, there's also in this yard there's a tombstone to let me see if I can look in on that. Okay, Devonshire, who's one of the founders, I'm assuming. I was not here when she was. We also have Tom Dowd's, and I don't know if anyone is familiar with Sylvan Schilling, but she was also a part of Renaissance Island here and had passed away rather suddenly at a young age. We're going to greatly miss her. Okay. Here we have another exhibit of seaplanes. Is the early printing museum. I think there's another exhibit upstairs. I haven't been upstairs lately, so I have no idea. I don't remember what is there. And across the way here, we have the tailor's shop and the physician's house. And next to the physician's house is the medicine hut, where all the various herbs and the like are used to help people with their ailments. And behind that is a garden which grows those specific herbs. And past here is a house that, again, another library student had 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 put in exhibits for what you might find in an ordinary house for some of the common people. This is our schoolhouse over here. Various objects inside that were used for teaching children, mostly boys. And back in that time, boys were taught by monks so that they could learn a trade and be able to read and write and do math. And I think that is it. We are at the end. We're back near the beginning. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask, and I'll answer to the best of my ability.